What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Swole, TCG, and we're out here with that fire, that heat, that sauce, boys, once again. Yo, the K9, pure K9 deck profile. That's what we're out here with today, boys. So I'm very excited to bring this one to you. This one is without the artifact lock. I will be doing an additional K9, pure K9 profile, because there's multiple ways I think you can run this, but I feel like this one a lot because it answers a lot. Yeah, you don't get the crazy, like, niche, artifact lock and say, yeah, you can't play the game, but it's really impressive, it's really strong, and it can answer a lot. So I'm very excited to bring this one to you guys. Let me know what you guys think about this deck profile, but before we get into that, did y'all touch grass today? Yo, you know what we're out here with. All right, listen, we ain't just better ourselves mentally, we're better ourselves physically, so get out there, get active. Guys, just take this video with you, man. It's that easy. Take this video with you, go outside, enjoy that beautiful fall weather that we got going on right now. Walk around your block, hang out outside, just walk up and down your street even, and just watch this video. That right there alone, you're gonna build up your endurance, you're gonna build up your cardiovascular health, you're gonna increase your circulation throughout your body, you're gonna get endorphins going, and you're just getting that clean, fresh air, guys. So go out there and enjoy it, man, and better yourselves, all right? Because it's just gonna help you out in the long run. It's gonna help you improve your metabolism. It's gonna help you guys lose weight even, all right? So get out there and stay active, all right? And if you're my swolies, yo, I had to pause there. Yo, if you're my swolies, dude, I had a hard workout, man. Listen, if you're my swolies, man, make sure you guys are hitting that cardio after your workout, all right? That's why I'm lagging right now. I had legs, and then I had to do cardio after legs, all right? Every time I do legs, man, and I do cardio after legs, man, my head's not all there. So I do apologize if I missay anything inside this video. I do this unedited because I don't have enough time to record, unrecord, record, unrecord, record again, and then unrecord. So we just raw cut this thing, throw it together. I put a little effects on it, and then I send it out to you guys so you guys can do that. But hey, listen, guys. Hit that treadmill, hit that Stairmaster at the end of your workout. I promise you it's gonna help you so much. You're gonna get the endorphins flying to you watching this video. The video is done, you're done with your cardio. It's that easy. It's that easy. So stay active, boys. Stay active and get out there. Now let's go ahead and jump on into this pure K9 deck profile. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump on in. First, we'll go over the engine, then we'll go non-engine, then extra deck, and then side deck, as we always do. So first up, we are starting this bad boy off with 3 copies of Noroi, the GOAT himself. Noroi is just a god card. I mean, this is just obviously pretty standard here. You can always get to Noroi's look at hand 9 times out of 10. Even if the imperm this, you can just bring it back with Lantern and then do it all over again. So it's pretty hilarious. That's obviously mandatory here. Pretty much you're maxing out on all the names. It's pretty relevant, every single one of them. So we got 3 copies of Azuna. And then the GOAT himself, the one that everybody doesn't realize how broken he is Jokul. He enables all the level 5 plays and all the synergy with all the other decks that have level 5s that do things. So 3 ofs right there. That is your 3 ofs on monsters. Next up, we have 2 copies of Lantern. You don't need Lantern as a 2 of just because, like, we're not really sending our cards to the grave. So having only like 2 copies of this is absolutely fine. Very rarely did a 3rd come up, but pretty much everything's really good. I did a lot of testing with this deck. A ridiculous amount of testing, and I'm still doing testing, but 3 copies didn't really came up. Next up, not really engine, but another 2 ofs is technically engine, but not engine at the same time. Disablaster. So Disablaster is a phenomenal card because it is a free special summon once per turn to a zone that doesn't have any cards inside of it, and then also it negates the effects of everything inside that column. So literally, this card plus Jokul is just phenomenal going into boards because if they can't out that response, you just summon it to whatever column is going to give you the most problems. So like you summon it to the Snatchy column, or you summon it to the column that has their surprise, or you summon it to the column that has their purification. You know, they're cooked. You know, that you just put it where you feel like you need to stop whatever's there from activating. And the cool thing about it is even like card effects like Ilya Silva or Herald,
Once you summon this to the board and the Herald or the Ilya Silva is in this guy's column, it resolves negated. All right, so their effects resolve negated, all right, whatever was in this column. So it's very similar to how Baguska just shuts off the effects even if a card got sent to the graveyard because it was in defense position when they activated. So it's the same thing. If it was in this column when it activated, it's just the effects are negated. So it's pretty awesome. This card's awesome. I did almost want to run it at 3, but it isn't that good at 3. 1 Lupus, this is pretty standard. I figured we might want more, but Lupus is really pretty bad of a brick. 3 copies of a Case for K9. This is very standard, very mandatory. Case of K9 is just a crack card. It's probably one of my favorite starters inside the whole entire deck. Still is. 3 copies of Chaotic Elements. Chaotic Elements is just absolutely phenomenal. There's a lot of dark and light decks out there right now, so the additional effect of removing it from play and then sniping one of their cards is just absolutely phenomenal. And then also, if you're in a grind game and you draw Chaotic Elements and you search out another Jokul and you probably have like 2 Jokuls and a Lantern and Grave already, you're popping something on their board. So this card is actually really, really good. And then next up are our quick plays. We're playing 1 copy of Forced Release and 1 copy of Release Restraint. A lot of people are playing a trap. I think that's very incorrect. That's very bad. That is honestly pretty stupid to play the trap. The trap isn't that good. Not only does the monster leave, you're summoning from deck so it can get ashed. This can't get ashed. This can't get ashed. All right, neither of these can get ashed. And on top of that, if the Fualos you and you go into Ripper, you could search one and then set the other. And then you have literally 2 quick plays. So you can go into Jax, then you can go into Werewolf. So having 2 quick plays is phenomenal because it pairs so well with Ripper and the reset themselves at the end of the battle phase. So these cards recur themselves and they're extremely cracked. It's 20 times better than the trap. The trap is very niche and it sucks having a trap going into boards. Like having one of these in hand and you go into an XYZ, you can force out a lot of engagement. On top of that, this one hard restricts you into the main phase. You can only activate it in the main phase. However, Release Restraint you can activate anytime. Draw phase, standby, main phase, battle phase. So this right here helps you do OTK lines. So like if they let you get into Jax, say the hand trapped you or whatever, and you get into Jax and they don't have anything on their board, or maybe they have like 2 monsters on their board, you go into battle phase, they allow that. You don't have any interactions in battle phase, you go Release Restraint, you bring out Werewolf, your Werewolf is now doing double damage, all right? So 3,300 Beast Stick is doing double damage. You run over their 2 monsters and you're like attacking them for game, especially if you had Case on board. If you had Case on board, then he's at 42 or something. So literally 1 direct attack this game with Werewolf. So keep that in mind. This card is really cracked. It's really slept on. Definitely need to play this over the trap all day, every day. And then now for the spice, the non-engine for the format. So first up, we got 3 copies of Imperm. My other QCR still hasn't arrived yet. Shout out to those MAG boys that stole this one. Fuck you guys. But sorry. 3 copies of Imperm. Imperm's not that good this format, but paired with other hand trap is very solid. Next up, we are on 3 copies of Nibiru. Nibiru is a very slept on card. People play into it hard and it forces out a lot of stuff from their board. So having Nibiru plus any hand trap is very, very powerful, and that's why I wanted to run this at 3. Next up, the GOAT. 3 copies of Fualos. Very standard. First thing you do when you make a deck, you're putting in Fualos. Which leads me to the second thing that you do when you're making a deck. You're putting in 3 copies of Ash Blossom. So Ash and Fuas are obviously the go-to hand traps. You definitely need to play 3 of. And then next up, 3 copies of Droll. So the reason we have Droll inside the main deck, not only does it answers the main meta threat of Mitsurugi, since Mitsurugi's out there right now, but having Droll going first, if they Fualos you, they turn on your Azuna, and then Azuna goes into Durendal, and the moment they draw out the Durendal, you chain Durendal, then chain Droll. So, and then that removes their whole entire hand. And then they have to top deck fucking nothing, because it doesn't matter what they top deck, because you most likely already have a Ripper or something else too on board, plus set cards. So Droll going into Durendal just for a free hand wipe. This is the way you control the game. So having this going first, having this going second is just very phenomenal. And then next up for our one-ofs, one copy of Dimensional Shifter, one copy of Called By, and one copy of Talent. Obviously, Talent, Called By, or God Card, Shifter literally just kills pretty much every single deck in the game and then some, and just card probably should have been banned. So, but we can play it, and the materials don't get banished; they get sent to the graveyard. So it just enables too much for our deck. So having this inside an XYZ deck is just very powerful. Next up for the extra deck. So first off, we have one SP Little Knight. That is very standard. We have not one, but two Rippers. Guys, I can't stress this enough, guys. If you are playing any variant of K9, you play two Rippers. It always comes up. You make one Ripper, and then you need a Ripper for the crackback, all right? Ripper's too good. Not only is it an interruption, but it's digging you into engine, okay? So Ripper is very mandatory. One copy of Jax. Jax is a phenomenal card. A lot of people don't realize about that double damage effect that it gives to the XYZ that has it as material. That is very powerful, very strong. One copy of Hound. All right, guys, I was sleeping on Hound, but this card is so hard for people to out if you have Lupus underneath it. If you have Lupus underneath it and they made like some crazy board, their only outs in most decks would be like SP or maybe a Dynamundo to shuffle back, but that targets. So your Lupus stops that. The only other way would be having Typhon. But if you only made Hound, they can't summon out Typhon. So you're just sitting on Hound, they're popping off effects, and you're just constantly recurring. So like Hound is pretty hard to out. So I was literally sitting against Mitsurugi with an 8,000 Hound. So Hound is phenomenal. I definitely think this is mandatory one of, just because this helps you combat people that had a strong board and maybe you had a weaker hand and you didn't have the answers to out their board, so they were able to full combo. Hound helps you get there to just dig into more engine to keep pushing through their board. So Hound is very phenomenal. Next up, Imperial Princess. Yes, we're not playing the lock, but Imperial Princess effect is actually pretty ridiculous. If anybody's actually read this card, it is pretty insane. Being able to bring back a 5 to your side of the field, also its additional effect when it gets destroyed to have a 5. So this card is very good. And eventually, once I figure out what I want to do with the lock, I'm going to add in the obvious artifact lock into this. But right now, I just have Princess in here, and I might just side the artifact for going first. And then obviously Princess would be more relevant. Next up, the GOAT, Durendal. Durendal is just phenomenal. Like I said, literally being able to hand wipe your opponent, I mean, that's just a game ender. So having Durendal is very mandatory and very essential. Next up, we are on the Nash Knight package still, with the C104. This is very standard. I was thinking about playing two Nash Knights, but I think this is a lot better. I'm not too concerned about it. Two Nash Knights never really came up, but maybe like once or twice. But it wasn't enough for me to be like, man, I wish I had two Nash Knights. But this package overall is very good. And I think it should be standard to run that. Some more spice for you guys. Two copies of Werewolf. Two copies of Werewolf always comes up. You're making Werewolf on your opponent's turn, and then having an additional Werewolf so you can OTK your opponent on the next turn. Like I said, Werewolf with the case up and like a quick play during your opponent's turn, and you just go into Werewolf and you just start running into their stuff. When he has like 3-4 material on him, Werewolf is a threat. So literally he could be like attacking your opponent for 24,000. So Werewolf is a crazy card. So definitely need to have two of these. He's your boss monster. Once we get that new K9, I would definitely take out a Werewolf to put in that new K9, because I mean, that's just like a custom Zeus. So, but for right now, two Werewolf feels amazing. Next up, our other two one-ofs, pretty standard. You're playing an XYZ build, so you're going to play a Typhon, you're going to play a Zeus. It's pretty obvious what you're going to do here, guys. I mean, if you have these cards, you're going to play these cards. So, sorry about that. I had to fix the lighting here. My windows opened up on you guys, so hopefully it didn't affect the view too much. But Zeus is very good. I'm always going into it. Typhon doesn't come up as much. I was thinking about cutting him, but at times it does feel correct to have them when you have Lupus because it helps protect you a little bit. But I think other options like maybe another K9 name would be more relevant, especially in a pure build. Now for the side deck. I'm not running the tech options that I really wanted to show you. I'm doing this purely as a easy easy way to take care of the number one threats out there. So we're going to be on all 3 ofs inside the side deck. 3 Dark Ruler No Mores, 1 Harpies, 2 Raigekis, and then we are on 3 copies of Ghost Bell. Now this is the main reason for these guys is this answers a lot this format. It wasn't enough for me to want to run it inside the main. This deck answers the top decks and it also answers Rogue. So that's why I built the main deck like this. So I built it so the main deck is well rounded. We side into the hard outs for the other matchups, and naturally Droll will cook a lot of our matchups, but having the additional effect, so even like a Yummy player that Fua does, you know, like you can easily just hand wipe them. So that having that ability is just absolutely insane. But we want to have more answers into those top threats. Mitsurugi Yummy, Draco Tail, Ghost Bell is just phenomenal into it, so we can easily side those in. And then obviously, just a quick recap on this, Dark Rule is just phenomenal this format. So is Harpy, so is Raigeki. This baits out a lot of interruptions. You see both of them, you're probably winning the game. But not many cards are playing a hard stop for these. There's not a lot of things that can stop the board break, especially when you have Dark Ruler going. And then obviously this will turn off their Mitsurugi prayers because they can't take damage, so they can't pay the 800 life points in order to activate that. So this is a pretty phenomenal card. Having the ability to turn off a lot of shit is just very much needed, especially with how oppressive these boards come out to be. And then having a couple of board breaks in there just to really get after them going second is just going to be absolutely phenomenal. Next up, I still believe this is a god card. 3 copies of Blackout. I think this should be in anybody's main deck. This is 20 times better than Cherries. Cherries forces you to have something inside your extra deck to out their main target. Right here, you call Snatchy, is game over, all right? And then on top of that, on your turn, it's in the graveyard, so you can turn off whatever they summoned after the fact. If they went Mitsurugi lines and it's your turn, okay, draw face, turn off Marakumo. So this card is just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, just having 2 effects, giving you double value, and also being a game ender just by setting it is so good. So, and I've noticed that Thrust has been a dead card lately in my hand. I went over this before in the K9 Azamina build. That's why I went with this route with just playing the traps, because I'd rather just hard draw this than have a Thrust that's dead in my hand because they didn't activate any effects. So if you like bricked up on, you know, like non-engine, right, going first, and you just had Thrust in your hand and you just didn't interact with it, well, now you just have more bricks inside your hand. But if I bricked with non-engine going first and I had Goat in my hands, I'm safe, you know? So that's the main thing that I wanted to get across, is just having these cards in hand is just going to be too impactful and too powerful, which goes for the same thing with D-Barrier. D-Barrier answers everything. It answers literally what you need to stop. So having 3 copies of D-Barrier is absolutely standard. And that is it for the deck profile. The deck is a clean 40. I was able to keep this at a nice clean 40, and as you can see, tons of hand traps. So let me know what you guys think. Peace.
All right, y'all, so I hope you enjoyed that Pure K9 deck profile. Let me know what you guys think. This is my control variant of Pure K9. It is very impressive, it is very strong, it is very talented, it is very good. I'm very excited with this deck profile. I cannot wait to give it to you guys with the artifact lock. And that is coming very soon, boys. That is coming very soon. We are gonna do the K9, Pure K9 deck profile with the artifact lock. That one is also good, but this one answers a lot more into the format. And it's just, I feel it's more dominant, it's more controlling, and it's more versatile than just doing an artifact lock, okay? But we'll go ahead and jump on into that very soon. Next up, we have I'll be doing a Pure K9 deck profile. I'm sorry, not there. I told you, I'm not there yet. I'm not there. Listen, I'll be doing a pure K9 combo guide with the artifact lock. So I'll do the regular K9 combos, and then I'll also do K9 combo with artifact lock, okay? So we'll go ahead and do it, jump into that as well. I'm waiting for my artifacts to still come in. They still haven't come in. Shout out to you California dealers out there. You guys suck. You guys always take forever to deliver out here. I'm just playing. I'm eager to get those cards, but still haven't come in. Hopefully when they do, I'll be able to put out that video. So I want to wait on that because I want to put all the combos into one video and not just do multiple pure K9 videos. All right. So once those artifacts come in, I will be able to do the pure K9 artifact deck profile. And then I will be doing the pure K9 combo guide to cover all variants of pure K9. That being said, we also have Snake Eyes Azamina on the way. I'm still waiting for impulses to come in. They're on their way. Then I will be doing that one as well and showing you guys Snake Eyes Azamina. As you guys seen from my end board with a really horrible hand, it was pretty good. All right, so it's very interactive deck. It's still very strong and it's still very oppressive and recurs a lot. So I love this deck. I think it's beautiful. I think it's amazing. People haven't seen Snake Eyes in a minute, so I think it's kind of refreshing now that, you know, people are kind of like, oh yeah, I haven't seen that in a minute, all right? So, like, that's on the way. We also have the pure, Snake Eyes Azamina combo guide coming out too, because some people still don't know or just forgot the combos, so I'll be going over that. And then we have one of my personal favorites, Pure Snake Eyes. Pure Snake Eyes, all right? Pure Snake Eyes is really cool. It's a one-trick pony, but it does that trick very well. It does it very well. Plus, you can run like 9 to 10 traps or 9 to 12 traps inside there. So it's ridiculous. So I can't wait to get in that one with you guys. I think you guys are going to love that one. So Pure Snake Eyes, and then obviously I'll do a Pure Snake Eyes combo guide, even though it's pretty much the same thing as Snake Eyes Azamina, you know. But I'll go over all that with you guys so you guys can see the lines and see how to interact with those decks as well. Lots on the way, guys. Stay tuned. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And if you got friends, you got family, you got people at your locals that are creative or just need some good content, need some inspiration, send them to the channel. Let's keep growing this community. We are almost to 500 subscribers. We're almost there. Once we get there, we're doing a giveaway, guys. I kid you not. We're going to do the easiest giveaway ever, and it's going to be huge value. I'm not just going to give you guys like some Blue Eye structure deck ultra rare card like these other YouTubers out there, guys. I'm going to give you guys meta relevant, impactful cards that are not cheap. They're not cheap, all right? I will give away something that is actually relevant to you guys. So let's get to 500 subscribers. Maybe I'll give away my extra set. I got an extra play set of Neroyas, all right? That's $90 right there. So listen, you guys let me know what the giveaway should be in the comments. We are giving that giveaway away as soon as we hit 500 subscribers. So let's keep growing this community. I appreciate all the love and feedback that you guys give. This channel is becoming something absolutely beautiful and amazing, and I can't wait to continue to grow this with you guys. Catch you guys in the next one.